beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to this pick a card reading. This is going to be all about what good news is on its way to you at this time. So, we're going to go through each crystal for the piles, and while I hold the crystal up to the camera, I will be playing a sound for those that would like to choose clairaudiently. So, let's get started with pile number 1. Pile number 2. And pile number 3. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video or go back through the selections. We're going to start with pile number 1, but all 3 readings will be timestamped in the description so you can find yours there. And I'll see you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look at what good news is on its way to you at this time. Let's start with Oracle. So first we have angelic protection. So it definitely feels like whatever is on its way to you, it is divinely protected. And you may be worrying about something or just feeling anxious, and your guides want you to know that you don't need to worry. What is done, and everything that you are or that you have been working towards, it's already done. And so there's no need to really worry about what else you can do because you've already done your part. You've put it in motion, and your guides are saying that you are protected, and this thing that's on its way to you is also protected. So then we have ask and receive. Beautiful. Yeah, you've really just been in the receiving mode and really been putting yourself out there when it comes to your manifestations. You've really put your energy and time into trusting the universe, and that's exactly what your guides want you to do. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. And your guides want you to know that because of that, you really are in this beautiful receiving space. You are in this really warm and inviting environment energetically for things to come into your life. You are entering a time where it's really easy for you to just ask and receive what you've asked for. And if you're not feeling that yet, I feel as though that you will be stepping into that cycle or stepping into that chapter very soon. So then we have opportunity and change. Okay, so maybe you are looking to move in a new direction. You're looking to uproot something and see some change in your life. With these birds here, it feels very much like freedom and messages from the universe, great communication, and really a willingness to expand. With the way that her hand is coming out to you, it's like, I have this freedom for you. Will you come with me? And it's like your guides are inviting you to make a big change, to make a leap in your life where maybe you haven't really been willing to before. And so I think that while you may be nervous about this change, it's a really good one. It's a good opportunity. It's opportunity and change. So it feels like whatever is coming into your life, the news that this is speaking of is very blessed. Okay, so then we have Magical Gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Wow, what a synchronicity. This is really powerful. It's like you hold the key and you are ready for this moment. There's no hesitation, there's no looking back. Don't second guess yourself now. You've made it this far. You've made it to the door. You have the tools that you need. You just need to take the step forward. And it may be scary. You may be nervous to really venture into the unknown. This is unknown territory, somewhere that you've never been before, that maybe you've only dreamt of, but your guides are saying, "Come with me." There's so much freedom, there's so much warmth and love where you're going to thrive, and it's all on the other side of this door. Wow. Okay. Moving forward, we have healing. Okay. So, yeah, this feels like, and I keep using the word warm, it feels like you are really healing some pieces of you. You're warming things up. You're bringing light to something that was was probably really dark for a while. I just heard the word temporary, so I'm wondering if you felt that something was a little bit more permanent than it has been, and it's like now it's you're realizing that it was temporary, or it could point to something else. I'm not really sure. It just kind of popped into my head. But it feels very much like you are holding the light. You're holding the way forward for yourself. You're lighting your way, and you're moving intuitively. Even though she's holding the light and moving forward, she doesn't really need it because her eyes are closed. She's walking forward with her intuitive impulses, with her third eye. She's looking with her third eye. And it feels like inner child healing, maybe some romantic healing. It feels like you're healing on a lot of different levels as you move forward into this new opportunity. So for your tarot, we have the 10 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Moon. Okay. Wow, you have a lot of synchronicities in your reading. So the 10 of Wands, letting go, moving forward, and choosing what's really important to you, making sure that you aren't overburdening yourself. You're not people pleasing, you're not overexerting your energy. You really need to be letting go at this time. And I think that while in the process of moving into this new period, you'll be shedding some room to create space for what's to come on the other side. And I think that that temporary thing is kind of coming back, where it's like you won't have to carry this much for that much longer. Like if you take a look at this card, he's almost to his destination, and yes, he can totally lay some sticks down if he wants to, but if you aren't willing or just can't bring yourself to, you're almost done. You're almost to the finish line, and yeah, you may be a little bit blinded right now by how much you're carrying, but you will get there. I think that this is a temporary heavy load that you are carrying. So we have the Page of Pentacles, and this is news of new money, new physical prospects, new adventures. And it feels like you are going to be receiving a lot of new resources to work with. Maybe you are looking for an investment of sorts, or you're looking to start a new business. But whatever the case, it does feel like a very prosperous adventure for you. It definitely seems like your guides are encouraging you in starting this new adventure and walking into something that potentially you've never really done before. And with the moon, there is a lot of mystery with this card. It's about following your intuitive pull. Again, that feeling with your eyes being closed, it's like you don't have to see the path ahead for you to really trust it. This card is about trusting divine timing, trusting the universe to really guide you and lead you along the way. This crawdad or whatever he is, um, he's coming out of the water intuitively. Like he can't help himself. He's feeling drawn to the moon. The wolves here are howling at the moon. It's their instinct to really let out their cry. And so this card is all about following your instincts and trusting yourself in the process, because there is this path. You may be looking and focused on something else, but you're still moving towards this path. So, wow, pile number one, you have some big news coming your way about a really beautiful business prospect or some kind of um, new adventure. It's something that's really new in your life. And so for you right now, just open your heart and trust the process. You've asked, and let the universe give it to you. Let the universe provide for you, and know that it is divinely protected. Trust your intuition, let go of what you need to when you need to, and know that you are almost there. You're almost at the finish line where you can really walk through this door and really make it. So I am excited for you. I wish you all the best and all the luck that you want and need on your adventure. Blessed be. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look and find out what good news is on its way to you now. We're going to start with these three angel oracles, and then we'll move into the rest of your reading. So, starting out, we have honesty and communication. So, this feels like it's not about somebody else. This feels like it's about you. It's you being really clear about what you want and really opening yourself up and being communicative with somebody else. It's important that you really speak your mind and use the power of your voice to talk about the things that are really important to you. This may be in a relationship or just involving in somebody else's life where you really need to tell them what's wrong. You need to tell them what's going on within you so that they can really aid you at this time. This is feeling very raw, very vulnerable, and very, you know, it almost feels a little bit like you don't want to hear it. It's like this is not the message that I wanted with good news. It's like I don't want to have to do that work of putting myself out there in order to get the things that I want. And that's totally valid. I get that. But your guides are saying there's really no way around it. There's really no way for you to get the things that you want out of this situation unless you're completely and totally honest. Okay, wow. So then we have romance and connection. So this could be in your romantic relationship. I also feel like this is a card speaking about really letting yourself be loved for who you are. I feel like usually I feel like these are two people in a romantic relationship, but right now I'm feeling like this is your guide really looking to help you navigate the romantic relationships that either you've been in or that you're heading into or the one that you are currently in. It feels like you are learning a lot about who you are in relation to other people, and you are looking to expand what connection is to you. And that can only happen from a place of honesty and communication. So if you've been holding back in any way or really just hoping that somebody's going to read your mind and connect with you in the way that you want to be connected with, it's really important that you don't assume that they just know, that you do the work to communicate and really open yourself up and let yourself be seen. The world wants to know you. Your relationship, the person that you are with or going to be with or have been with, they want to know you. And otherwise they wouldn't have chosen you. And yes, sometimes people drift apart after they get to know each other, but that's okay. It's all about finding the person that really clicks with us. And if you are withholding yourself, you're really robbing you and this other person of a beautiful connection. Awesome. We have expect miracles. So good things are going to come out of this by being open, by being true to yourself and really speaking your truth and letting your soul shine. You are allowing the universe to deliver more things that align with you. You're allowing other people to really have the pleasure of one, knowing you, and two, getting to love you in a way that is beneficial to you, in a way that is healing. And remember that miracles don't have to be big. They can be little tiny sprinkles of good moments in your life that just feel amazing. And when you open yourself up to feeling worthy, then miracles start to feel really natural and inevitable in your life. So this feels like your guides are saying you are lovable, you are worthy, and it's time for you to really talk about yourself, to really share who you are. And in the process of doing that, you're healing parts of yourself that maybe you didn't even know needed to be healed. And you're opening yourself up to some really beautiful moments in life, some miracles. So moving forward, we have lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things that we never even realized were lost. I like how it's saying that, and I had just spoke about, healing parts of yourself that maybe you didn't even know that needed to be healed, letting the soft and vulnerable energy surround and fill your heart so that you can bring in pieces and feel whole again. It's like you didn't know how much of yourself that you were sacrificing and you were splitting off into um, the void. I don't even know where that would go, but it's like when you choose to be non not loyal to yourself, it's like you have splintered off a piece of your soul, and that's not, like, really the case, but that's what it's feeling like, and and now you're kind of sitting here collecting back what is rightfully yours, what is meant for you, and these are pieces of you. These are your birthright to express and to really honor and experience. With the fallen cup, it's like you're letting your emotions out. You are letting what needs to be said be spilled. You're spilling the tea and you're really being honest about it. And with this little kitty here, it's feeling very much like a good luck kind of symbol. Maybe your guides are present through cats, and they really want you to feel loved and know that they are here as you sit and to take your time to collect what is rightfully yours. So, moving forward, we have answers. Beautiful. Okay, I have a really bad habit of not charging my microphones soon enough, and then they die during readings. So that just happened, but moving on, I've replaced it and we can continue. Answers. So this is feeling very much like you are holding the answers. This isn't something outside of you. This isn't like you're going to receive a phone call about something and get the answer that you've been looking for. This is simply about you holding the answers close to your heart and knowing that you are your guidance system, that yes, you can rely on, signs from the universe and really rely on your guides to do their job and really guide you through life. But it feels very much like this is you coming into your own and really honoring the fact that you are a wise being and you have really done the work to get to this place. You've done the internal and the external work to feel like you can trust yourself, to feel like the healing that you've done is worthwhile, because now it's really providing you with the guidance that you've been seeking this whole time. So let's look at your tarot. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. Nice. The Nine of Pentacles and Strength. Okay, I want to start with the King of Cups. So, this is all about, taking a leadership role from the point of view of an intuitive path. So, really following your inner guidance again, and really honoring your emotions in the process, because the King of Cups, he cannot rule his land without acknowledging how deeply he feels. These waters are crazy in the background, but he's not worried. He's still, he's stable, because he has learned to really honor his internal world. He has really learned to respect and really go with the flow of his flow, and know how it works. So he's not worried about how rocky these seas are, because he's in control. He is intuitive and following his own path. He is creating stability for himself and really honestly taking responsibility for his emotions. So you may be receiving an upgrade in your emotional maturity while you are doing this. And that is definitely something that naturally comes when you step into who you are. I feel like when you aren't honoring yourself, when you aren't really aligning with who you are internally, you are putting on a mask and really being somebody else. It's easy to lash out. It's easy to be frustrated and be like, why don't you see me? Why don't you see that I'm like miserable? And it's like, people can't read your minds. You have to do it for yourself. You have to tell people what you need, and be willing to put your heart on your sleeve a little bit, and not all the time. Not everybody deserves to, bask in your energy, but it's important that you recognize who, what, when, and where that can take place. So then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is speaking heavily about not worrying, just feeling confident, feeling in your element, really abundant, and receiving all of the things that you need to feel comfortable. So I feel like there is a little bit of mixed energy going on here. Like, on one part, it's all about your inner work. Like, the good news that you're receiving is that you are ready to do this internal work, and as a result, you are manifesting some really big things. Yeah, like you're aligning with who you are, and as a result, the universe can then provide you with what is really meant for you, because you're not denying yourself of anything. You are really going to be stepping into a luxurious time in your life. You are going to be feeling a little bit more steady about things, and that is a result of you taking the time to really express yourself and align with what's meant for you. And with the Strength card, this is all about, taking on your inner demons, really taming them and soothing them, allowing them to trust you and you trust them, to have the inner knowledge. These roses right here really symbolize inner um, the divine knowledge of your inner world. And so it feels like you are truly getting to know yourself on a very deep and intimate level. And because of that, you are going to be embodying this whole new energy. It's like you're upgrading, and not that you are bad or lowly now, but it's like the person that you're becoming and who you're stepping into, the energy that you are embodying is so powerful, and it's not coming from a forceful space. The strength card is all about a slow and a really soft force. It's not mean, it's not aggressive, it's not, hurry up and do this. It's like gentle and trusting. And so I feel like the good news that's coming your way is that you are upgrading internally, externally, materialistically. Your life is about to go through a big change, and you can expect good news on many platforms. And I feel like with this expect miracles card, that you are really going to be receiving the things that you've wanted for a long time. It just took you having to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I deserve to be me. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be seen. And I can trust myself. I can trust the answers that I have in my heart. That is good enough. I am good enough. And when you lean into that, you're really giving yourself the privilege of knowing you. And you're giving the universe more energy to work with, more authenticity to really pull from and deliver to you what you want. So, wow, group number 2. This is not what I was expecting at all, but I'm so excited for you. I think that as long as you're willing to do the inner work, to really be honest with yourself and other people, that the news coming your way is a big upgrade, that you can expect new money, new clothing, new haircuts and new ways of being, and just an overall upgrade to your physical world and your internal one. And please remember that it came from your willingness to do the work. So you're powerful, you're amazing, and you are worthy of this transformation. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's take a look and find out what good news is on its way to you now. So, we're going to start with your 3 angel oracles. Wow, okay. So, right off the bat, we've got inner child healing. So, that's pretty self explanatory. It feels like this is a time for you to really do some inner work. Maybe you are processing some trauma, doing shadow work, and opening yourself up to healing your connection with your inner child. It feels like you are really leaning on your guides right now and the universe to guide you through this, to really help you process some things, because maybe you haven't done a lot of inner child healing, or maybe you are healing something that feels very new to you, that weren't really aware was there. Maybe something in your life has triggered you, and you're like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know that I felt this way about this, but apparently I do feel very strongly and I need to do some healing at this time." So, moving forward, we have holy love. So, yeah, it's like with that feeling again that you are really relying on your guides to get you through this. You are relying on the universe and your faith in the divine to really help you navigate your way through this experience. Maybe this is something, I mean, I don't know what your religious affiliation is, or if you are, but you are praying about, you are hoping and wishing and really leaning into something beyond yourself to help you through this time and to really make you feel loved. And I feel like when you lean into this healing and really allow yourself to experience what it feels like to connect with and honor your inner child's emotions, then you are really giving yourself the permission needed to to love yourself. And that is holy love. That is divine love. That is love that the universe would give to you, non judgmental, really open, honest, and free flowing. It's not restricted in any way. And as I said that, the timer on my clock said 222. So 222 may be a sign for you, a confirmation that healing is taking place, that you are making the right decisions. So then we have intuition and downloads. Okay. So it feels like, yeah, this narrative that something has happened in your life to trigger you is kind of coming forward again, and I feel like it's opening your mind to some things that you previously weren't ready for. And when you are exploring this healing time in your life, you are also exploring some spiritual sides to yourself. Maybe you are deepening your spiritual practice. And I never talk about religion, so I wonder why I brought it up. But it's like, it feels very much like the reason I brought it up is because you are deepening your practice. You are leaning into more of a faith based um, lifestyle. I was having a hard time finding that word, but it feels like you're really listening to your heart. The way that the wings here, these feathers are laid upon her chest, it feels like that's where her freedom is, in her heart center. And following your intuition comes from acknowledging your emotions, acknowledging the things that you are receiving, the downloads, if you will. And so it definitely is a sign at this time, and especially in a reading like this about good news, that you are receiving the answers that you need intuitively. Everything that you are accomplishing in your life is as a result of you doing the internal work. And I wonder if you are also drawn to pile number 2, because that reading was very heavily focused on internal work and bringing yourself to a healed space. But whatever the case, it does definitely feel like you are leaning into the universe and that divine kind of love for your guidance system to be awakened, and so you can follow your intuition. So then we have hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. That is a beautiful synchronicity with inner child healing. This is heavily speaking about, repressed memories of things that, and again, it's that feeling that something has triggered you and you remembered something. You may not logically remember it. It could be stored in your body. And so you're having a visceral reaction. You're having an emotional and physical reaction, and you don't really know why. And by connecting with your inner child, you will be able to find out what memory and experience is attached to those feelings. So it definitely feels like, stepping into this water, this pool, that you are becoming one with your emotions, with your subconscious, and you're allowing this energy to really guide you through. You're allowing the tug of the water to bring you to what the source is. So then we have freedom. Wow. You're setting yourself free. You are really, I love this so much, because it's like you've been trapped here for a while and you really had to rely on this delicate little dragonfly to bring you the key. You had to rely on spirit to guide you. You had to rely on something very fragile. And that, when I think of faith, I think of something that is very fragile. It is very, it's unstable to somebody that isn't comfortable in it. And so maybe you are still getting that stability in trust, in trusting yourself, in trusting the universe. And because of that, this is coming as a symbol of, or is coming through as a dragonfly. And so it feels like the universe is providing you with answers, but in a very delicate way. You had to wait quite a while to get here, and now you are ready to really dive into this healing process and set yourself free. You are being given the key to open the gate and just let yourself out and let yourself be seen, to step into this other world that you've really been trapped from, you've been blocked from. There's been a big block, and by doing this energy work, this emotional healing, and opening yourself up to your intuition and the love that comes from that, it's just a beautiful thing, and it's setting you free. So we have for your tarot the 5 of swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. Okay. So with the 5 of swords in reverse, this is feeling like this is speaking of the thing that triggered you. This is somebody who has been defeated. You've been ganged up on. Somebody has wrongfully taken something from you. You know, this is a very, you are feeling like a victim, and rightfully so. It's like you have been defeated. There it could just be that life's circumstances have really gotten to you, and you're just not feeling like you can have hope anymore, but it's like you've you've been defeated. There's no really other word to use right now, because that's really how it's feeling in my heart, is that you're just depleted, you're done, you're exhausted, and because of this situation that's happened, all of these emotions are coming forward, and you're really starting to feel it. You're really starting to experience it. With the Knight of Swords, this can be a little bit tricky because the Knight of Swords is very mental focused. He's all about his thought process. He's about strategizing, about thinking about how he's feeling, and really observing in a mental space. But what you really want to do is bring that energy, that thought process to your heart, into your body. So, not focusing so much on what your thoughts are saying about things, and more focusing on how you're feeling in your body. You are moving forward from this situation. I think that your guides are just saying that right now you need to be more focused on how you feel, and that will get you forward in the long run. It will get you further faster as well. And then we have the Lovers. So this card is, obviously it could speak about a romantic relationship, but this is definitely just feeling like a love and a zest for life again. Like you've connected with really deep parts of yourself, and because of that you're able to connect with life. So it feels like the good news that's coming your way is that you have unlocked something within yourself, and as a result, you're falling in love with life. There's some kind of opportunity heading your way that's really going to feel creative. It's going to fuel you, and it's going to feel exciting. So as you go through this process of really doing the internal work of moving from your mind into your heart, you're opening up the space for the universe to provide for you in a really beautiful way. And again, I really feel like you were also drawn to pile number 2, because this is a very similar message, and you may benefit from hearing that message as well. But this is definitely going to be something that you, in the best way possible, are obsessed with. It's not gonna be like a dangerous, like, obsession, but it feels very much like something that you can fall in love with, and that loves you back. It's something that is filled with passion and desire and a lust. So I think that whatever the news that's coming your way, the good news is worth it. It's worth it to do this internal work to end up on the other side of this cage and set yourself free so that you can experience this love for life. You are upgrading and finding reward in new things that you can enjoy and thoroughly enjoy. So, even though you've fallen on hard times, even though you feel betrayed and really hurt right now, you're moving forward. Just feel your emotions a little bit more. Be willing to do that inner child work and set yourself free. That is the answer to setting yourself free. And when you do that, the news that's on the way is something really exciting, something really fun for you to do and for you to experience. So I'm excited for you. I think that this healing is going to be extremely rewarding, not just in your emotional world, but obviously in your physical world as well. So good luck with everything. I love you. I'm sending blessings.